Hello again, everybody. Pastor Brian here. We've been gone for a few weeks and missed reaching out to you, and it's so good to be back, just bringing you some more of the promises of God. You know, as I was thinking of the promises of God, promises are like the currency of heaven. You can take it to the bank, in a sense. When God promises us something, we can know and rest assured that that's going to happen. And I remember when I was a child, my father, who was an immigrant actually from Poland, he came to Canada when he was around 5. And one of the things that his family brought with him was the equivalent of a Polish $100 bill. And I remember my dad showing that to me. And I said to him, because we really didn't have much money. My dad was very, salaried very well from the church. It was a small church in a kind of a very poor community. And I remember saying to my dad, let's take that, let's go out and spend it. And he said, well, it's not worth anything. And I couldn't understand at the time why something that was money wasn't actually worth anything. But it was because the government that had printed that money was no longer in power, and there was no strength to back that currency. And so when we think of the promises of God and the fact that they are really the currency of heaven, we know that the power of God is what is behind those promises. And so I'd like to just talk to you briefly today about the power of God and how we can trust in the power that God has not only for us, but that dwells within Him to bring these promises to pass. So one of my favorite verses is found in Psalm 19, verse 1, where it says, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the skies proclaim the work of His hands. Day after day they pour forth speech, night after night they reveal knowledge." Eugene Peterson says it this way: God's glory is on tour in the skies. Isn't that cool how he says that? God's glory is on tour in the skies. Godcraft is on exhibit across the horizon. Madame Day holds classes every morning, and Professor Knight lectures each evening. What a creative way of talking about just the power of God. You look around the universe and you see the stars at night and the vastness of the universe, and how the heavens do declare the glory of God, and how the firmament showeth His handiwork, and how we can be encouraged by that power and the strength of our God in that situation. Then there's another verse that I'd like to read from Psalm 86. "There's no one quite like you among the gods, O Lord." Now we know there's only one God, but there are others who think there are other gods. And in those people's minds, there are multiple gods. So the psalmist is addressing those people. And when he says, "There's no one quite like you among the gods, O Lord, and nothing to compare with your works. All the nations you made are on their way, ready to give you honor to you, O Lord, ready to put your beauty on display, parading your greatness and the great things that you do. For God, you're the one, and there's no one but you. All the nations of the earth that the Lord has made will one day come and bow before God." That is the power of our God. That is the majesty of our God. That's the greatness of our God. And today, I just want to encourage you that God has made you promises. He's made me promises. He's made promises to Hope Community Church. And in all of them, whether they be corporate or individual promises to us, you need to hold on to them, because the government that is backing that promise is strong and sure. The currency that we have to encourage us and to make it through every day of our lives from heaven are the promises of God. So I encourage you today, don't let your promises fade. Keep your dreamer alive. Keep holding fast to what God has promised you. And fact of the matter is, there are a lot of promises that have been made, sometimes to you, sometimes to us, from people, other institutions, the governments, and they change their minds, they waffle, they go back and forth, they break their word. But God's word is true. God will never, ever fail on one of his promises to us. So as we continue to bring these promises of God to you, I hope that you will realize that it's the power of God that is backing these promises, and that the currency of heaven, the promises of God, are true and assured, and you know what? You can take it to the bank. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. We love you. Hope to see you at church, or write us online, send us an email, reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. God bless you, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.